Hey everybody, I'm Jane.
And I'm Sarah.
And you're listening to the Medium Curious Podcast, the show that brings all the special spiritual fields to you.
And today's special spiritual field is the Akashic Records with Dr. Linda Howe. Yeah, she is considered the leading international expert in the Akashic Records.
Woo!
Yeah,
I mean,
so many books, the pathway prayer process. I mean, she's really made it accessible to absolutely everybody.
Yeah, including both of us.
Yay!
So much fun to talk to her. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Let us begin. Oh my gosh, Linda Howe. I can't do it. Sarah, you got to do it.
Welcome, Linda. We are so excited to have you. Jane texted me a while ago. She's like, guess what? I emailed Linda Howe and she said yes. And I probably dropped everything we're doing and did a little happy dance.
True story. This is all true.
Yeah.
No, this is not true.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's great to be with you guys. I'm thrilled. I don't even know why. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, my team said to me, well, and what are you doing today? I said, well, I'm talking to the Medium Curious girls.
Aww.
They were like, well, all right. But it's wonderful to be here. It really is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
You're the leading expert on all things Akashic Records. Like, you're the one. You're the one that everybody goes to.
Right.
And I know that we've talked about the Akashic Records a ton on this show, but we still get emails from people saying that anytime that they're talking to somebody and they bring up the Akashic Records, they get a puzzled look on the other person's face. So there's still a lot of questions about what it is exactly. So your definition, can you give that to us?
Yes. So here's the thing. The Akashic Record is a vibrational archive of every soul and its journey as human. Okay? Now here's the thing. Because it's vibrational, we never see it. There's nothing to see with the human eye or even with the strong eye. It's not to be seen. It's vibrational. We can feel it. You know how it is? Someone walks in the room and your back is to the door. You know who it is because you feel who they are. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's like that with the record. Okay, so it's vibrational. No tall guys, faceless in the brown robes. I'm sorry. I have yet to see them, and I've been in the record a lot. So anyway, so that's that. So it's vibrational. It's an archive. And what an archive is, it's very interesting. It's a collection. Mm-hmm. So what that means is, Sarah, if let's say, I don't like you and I don't want you to be in the record anymore. So I'm going to throw you out. Na boo boo or something really cruel, right? But here's the thing. I cannot do that. It is not like I can't throw you out. Jane can't throw you out. The man in the moon, no one can throw you out. You belong in the Akashic Record. Okay? By the same token, you cannot throw me out. Mm-hmm. Now you might think to yourself, "Oh, that Linda, right? Whatever your thoughts are, you're gonna be like, oh my God, she's got to go." You cannot toss me out of the record. So that means all of our exes, all of our, all right, you got your list, right? The kids, the wayward sons, the whole bit. Everybody's in the record because that is what composes the Akashic field. Okay, is everyone. Okay, it's a vibrational archive of every soul. We get that. And their journey is human. Now, this really freaked me out because it did, right? Because see, when I came to the record, I had all these ideas about how it was going to be and what it, I was completely wrong on about 99% of it. But one of the things is that the Akashic Record corresponds to the earth. Okay. And what it is, it's the collective memory of who have I been as a person, who've you been as a person, right, throughout time and space here on earth. Okay. So the record has no opinion, thank God.
Can you imagine?
I have no more room for opinions. I've got too many myself. But, the record has no opinion on whether or not I may have been a bunny rabbit in a past life, right? I don't know what you guys were. Were you Bambi or something? That's possible. Very possible, right? The record doesn't have anything to say about that because the record doesn't hold that information. So when people, I've had readings with people and they'll say, oh, in a past life, you were whatever I was, a kangaroo or something. I'm like, that's not the record. I don't know where you are. Now, I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying I have no idea where this person is. Okay, because it's not the Akashic field. Okay, and the other thing the record doesn't have no opinion, fascinating, right? Is that it may be so that I originated in a different star seed. And my name is whatever my name is, something. It's not Linda, though, I'll tell you. That was the 50s in America. But anyway, do you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's wait a second, wait 1 second. So whether or not someone spent a few lifetimes on the planet Smelfin and they did X, Y, and Z, the record doesn't say anything about that. It only pertains to who we are as human beings in this life on this planet. It's the memory of the earth. So, that's what it is. Then there are two parts to everybody's records. I love this. So the first is the ultimate potential, the divine potential, right? We can call it that. And what it is, it's like at the point of the inception of the soul, which is, we're going to go way back, right? To the beginning. Everybody gets here. There's no such thing, according to the record. There are no old souls. There are no new. There are awakening and asleep souls, though. So see, everybody got here at about the same time. Good news. And some people started waking up right away, and some people didn't. Okay. I don't know why I'm telling you that. I think that's so fascinating.
It is fascinating.
Okay. Isn't that fascinating? Yeah. Okay, great. So then the other thing is, so the first, the potential, right? So at the point of the soul's inception, it's almost like the divine reality puts a thumbprint on me or an imprint on my soul. And what I love about it is this is my potential. This is who I am becoming as I become a person, right? I go from lifetime to lifetime, and I live all these different incarnations, growing into the potential that is already embedded within. Cool?
Gorge.
Yes.
Okay. Come on. That's crazy good.
Isn't this crazy?
Yes.
But
that's crazy good.
Okay, you ready? There's one more piece to this puzzle.
Heck yeah.
The other thing is this, what travels along with that. So I'm making my lifetime after lifetime, right? What travels along with that is the catalog. It's like a catalog of the lifetimes I live through which I awaken to who I really am. And I become that. Because do you understand that? Because see, from an Akashic perspective, the journey of each individual is to grow into, right? Nobody ever does it at once. And if they do, we don't know them anyway.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know about you.
Saying we don't hang out with those folks?
Right. It's like, no. Because anyway, it's a fascinating situation because what we're looking at is how do I love myself and everyone else and all of creation as we are loved and known and recognized by the ultimate reality. And that's the goal. Okay. Does that make sense? Answer questions. Do you have more questions? I bet you do. Because I know I sure did.
I mean, I think you started at the end in a way. I mean, that is just so profound and gorgeous, and and feels like, I don't know about you, Sarah, but I feel like it's like true, but also true, but like true. There's like such
it's the truth.
It's just
with a capital T.
With capital T.
Yeah.
It feels so good to hear it. It's like, right, okay, makes amazing sense. But yes, we have more questions.
Okay. Can we start at the beginning of your journey in this lifetime?
In this one.
Oh, my journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda's journey, this incarnation.
Linda's journey in this incarnation. What got you interested in this? How did you know? And did you know that you were dedicating your life to this pursuit?
No. Listen. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. This is so funny to me. So one of the things that, I'm second of 8 here.
Wow.
I know it's a lot. Okay. Don't get me started. Plenty of karma, I always like to say. I have 5 sisters. Anyway, whatever. That's another story for another day.
You were ready for something right there.
Do you know, I was in a hurry. I was in a hurry. Patience is not my strong suit by any means, but I came in anyway with a big list. That's fine. But the thing is, so I'm from Chicago, right? The north side of Chicago, where no one ever, I never even, what is this Akashic record?
Yes.
Right? Yep. Like, please. Okay, so here's the thing. Up until I was like 24, it was pretty ordinary, right? But here was the thing. It was painfully ordinary. But the thing was, I desperately wanted, I was raised with the idea that if I managed well, that I was going to get a prize. I don't know what I thought. I thought,
nice.
Wait, I think I believe that too.
Dog.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
I think a lot of people have been sold that.
Turns out it's not true.
Yeah.
So I set about, I'm myself and I'm pretty driven and all those things. So I set about doing everything right. And when I found out I wasn't going to get a straight A's in being right and good, I thought, well, what the heck? Let's try being bad, which I really failed at. They're just failure. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm 24 years old. I have a fabulous job that I hate.
Mm.
Okay. You guys have had that job?
Yep.
Okay, so I had that job. I had a beautiful apartment. I had great friends. I had a cool car. I had great shoes. I had the whole thing. I had everything, and I was suffering because I was so miserable.
Wow.
And I thought to myself, something's terribly wrong, being the genius that I am. But I looked around. I thought, wait a second. I have done everything that they told me to do and blah, blah. So I started the desperate prayer, which is basically, God, if you are even there, because, I don't believe in anything, why would I at that point? And what happened to me was within about 6 weeks, I had a moment of awareness. Wow. And now listen, you guys have had them. Many people have had these, but I was the first person I knew about, right, to have this. And in this moment of awareness, I had this sense of being completely known and completely loved.
Wow.
Accepted, liked. It blew me away because everything in my life up till that point had been about, I'm going to earn it. I'm going to do it right. This was like, what? Out of nowhere, I'm overcome with this sense that life loves me.
Oh,
I know. Are you there? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So within, I don't even know how long that was. Maybe a minute, maybe. Okay. I had no idea what this meant, I really knew nothing. So I went to everyone I knew. I went to all my people and I was like, what do you think? And what is this? And everyone's like, oh, go to this church and go there and do this and do that. I did everything because the quest was, I thought, whatever this is, I've got to have it in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So then what happens? This is so great. So I was 24. So you got to get this. Between 24 and 40, okay, it's a long journey, guys. I went to every church. I did everything. I did every kind of therapy, like these large groups, like the S training. I did all of it. You name it, I did it. Everything human and otherwise. I never found what was it, right? I wanted to get to that place. So there I was. This is so funny. I was on this panel talking about classic core shamanism because I was working as a shamanic practitioner at the time, which is a great thing to do anyway. But I knew it really was. It was just so fun and good and helpful. It was many, many things. But what I knew at some point, I'm calling in the spirits, I'm dancing, I'm doing the whole thing. And what occurred to me was that I was calling to a God that I didn't even know if that God was there. I was calling to the spirit of life itself. I wasn't calling to any animal. I wasn't calling to a direction. I was calling to life itself. And I thought, ooh, the clock is ticking now, right? And it was. So what happened? So the next thing I know, this is within weeks. Thank God I'm kind of quick. I used to be. Anyway, so I'm on this panel. This woman walks in the room. She might be the holiest person I have ever met.
Wow.
She's very affected, very nice woman, but very affected, I'm like, because I am many things. I am not holy. Anyway, this woman walks in. I thought, what is her story? So what did she start? She said the word Akasha. I was like, ding, 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 ding. Everything in me responded.
Yeah.
And the thing that was so amazing is there was nothing about her that she wasn't anybody like you guys. I would have coffee with you tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. This woman, I thought, God, please, whatever she has, I don't want to catch it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, she was terrific, and she scared me. Okay.
I get that.
So I went to her workshop. Of course I did.
Of course you
because
did.
she was teaching a workshop on how to connect with your Akashic record. So I went. It was in 1994. I've been working in the Akashic record ever since. Nonstop. Except for, there was a period, I think it was about 18 months when I was, so I had been she worked in the sacred prayer tradition, which is what the pathway prayer process is. Anyway, I had been working with that prayer. And somewhere along the line, I noticed, this isn't really what I wanted. So I started again. My favorite prayer is, of course, the desperate prayer. Like, God, you have got to help me now.
Yes, the help me prayer. We know that prayer.
Help me.
Yes.
You got me into this.
Yeah, we're familiar with that one.
You know that prayer, right? It's so funny. So anyway, I knew at that point that there had to be a way. Here was my thing. I wanted to be able to connect with power, the life force, the heart. The heart, because the thing is, prior to that, I had been working the record for about 7 years or 6 years. I don't know what it was, 2000, 2001 in there. And what happened was I realized that I would come out of a reading, I would have a list. I would be like, oh my God, all this stuff to do. And I thought, it's incomplete. Was it wrong? No, it was not wrong. It was correct. It was good. It was helpful. It was incomplete. So I began to pray for a way to connect with the heart, the mind, and the will that, right, let's get up off the couch and do something about it, right? There had to be a way to connect with those. But here was the thing. This is so funny. I was like, listen, this has got to be easy. Because at that point, I was 40. I'm like, enough, and we had a little boy, and he's a wonderful person. I always think of my son, Michael, when he was little, I would think, if you were 40, I would love you, but you're 5. And I have lost my sense of humor, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you parent this creative creature and not kill him off, right? And not kill him.
Oh, I have 3, I know.
Okay, you have 3. Okay, so you've got a glimpse into this. I mean, it's just the craziest. Okay. So there I was in 2001, and I got the Pathway Prayer Process. What's really cool to me is I got that in 2001, thinking, here was my thought all the way through with this. I always thought to myself, I will do this until I'm bored. Because, boredom is, other lifetimes, not this one for me. Anyway, that's really what I thought. I thought, well, I'll do this and we'll see how good we'll see how good can it be? Yeah. Is this real?
Yeah. That's a good question. How good can it be? Yeah.
How good can it be, right?
Yeah.
Well, lo and behold, I don't even know, because I really feel like I am really touching the hem of the garment. I have not even gone into it, because the thing is, just when I would be getting to the place in my mind where I'd be like, well, looks like we're going to be wrapping it up here. Enough with this Akashic thing. And then, don't you know, the record itself would tilt. And there would be eternity in front of me.
More is revealed, yes.
I would be like, what?
Wait, can I ask a question, Linda?
Please.
I'm going to lean into my microphone. Can I ask a question? Okay, so you just said, I got the Pathway Prayer in 2001. Can you explain to our listeners what you mean by got? I think I know what you mean, but maybe I don't.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is so fun. So I was sitting at my kitchen table, the sacred site at the kitchen table.
It is, yes.
It is, right? And at that point, I had not been teaching the record. Now, this woman told me that I could use the prayer for myself, or to do readings, because that's really what I did, right? But I couldn't teach it anymore. And I was like, that's cool, because I couldn't follow her rules anyway. Not that I thought they were great rules. I wished I could follow them. I could not. Okay.
So she had rules to the Akashic Records that you were following.
She had rules that I followed.
Okay.
You betcha. Because, I'm like, one thing I've learned, when it comes to issues of the spirit, I don't mess around.
Yeah.
Like if somebody says to me, drink the green drink and stand on your head and iron your blouse, I will do them in that exact order. Because I've tried to not do those things anyway. So yes, I will do whatever. So this, whatever, yes. So she had rules, whatever. But she came along after I had been doing the work in the records for, 6 years, 7 years. And she came along and she said, see, I was pretty busy at that point and whatever. And I taught the beginning class in one weekend. And she said, well, you can't do it in one weekend. You have to do it in 2. And I said, you don't understand. I have Mr. Fun and Games at home, right? Yeah. Like, I don't have 2 weekends.
Yeah.
And if these people don't get it in one, God love them, right?
Right.
I mean, really. But that was where. So I got it. And listen, I respect who she is. I respect her lineage. I respect everything. And I recognize that I cannot do what she wanted me to do. Mm-hmm. So I didn't. And then what happened was, so here's what happened. I'm at the kitchen table. I'm crying like, oh, God, what do you want me to do? Blah, blah. Right? Because all I want to do is teach people how to connect with the Akashic realm. And this woman told me that I couldn't do that. And I believed her. I mean, yeah, oh yeah. Anyway, it's fine. It all works out, right? So,
Yep.
so I have learned that every rejection I've experienced, I have been protected from a path that I did not belong on.
Right.
Right? Okay. So then so while I'm at the kitchen table, wailing, gnashing of teeth, drinking the coffee, carrying on like a general imbecile, what comes to me is this. Write this down. So I'm like, all right, because I had opened my record through the other method.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did that. I was like, well, all right, so I'm writing this down. All of a sudden, as I'm writing this down, I'm getting instructions. Try this, do this. I was like, whoa. And when it was over, and it wasn't that long. I mean, it really wasn't that long. It was minutes. What occurred to me as I closed my records quickly, because I felt this surge of power and I felt the connection I had long sought. And I thought, whatever this is, I have to go out. I have to run around the block. I have to get away, right? Because it was like sticking my finger in the socket.
Yeah, hanging out in that frequency.
It was very intense. So I came back, I looked at it, and it was the pathway prayer process.
Wow.
And I started teaching that. Now, the thing about that that's cool, everything about this journey, I think the greatest thing about the journey, though, is that I never once sat down and said, oh, and now I'll be an Akashic record teacher. No, this isn't like that. I'll tell you what, I have degrees in history. I have degrees in Russian history. I was like, I'm going there. Well, I'm like, what am I doing? How did this happen?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And it's because there's something in me that is greater than I am, that is deeper than I am naturally, that has grabbed me and led me on this path. So I have no idea if that answers any questions, but that's how I got to the prayer. And then after that was the Saturday before 9/11. Do you remember 9/11?
Oh,
I know. But wait, do you want to hear something wild?
Yes.
Yeah.
The following Tuesday, 9/11, I am walking to my office. La, 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 la. I have no idea what's going on, just because it's completely bone quiet outside and no one is out and whatever. And I'm like, whatever. And I get into my office and I call my assistant, who I was scheduled we were going to speak that morning. And I was going to give her the prayer. And do you know, as those towers were falling down, I was giving her the prayer. Wow. I know. All right.
Whoa.
So that was 2001. By 2000, whatever, the book came out. That book, How to Read the Akashic Records.
Yeah.
You know why I wrote that? Because there was no way I could keep up.
Oh, with the requests for being
I couldn't do
teaching.
it. I couldn't do it. So I wrote it all down and there you have it. And then, do you know who called? Then Sounds True called me.
Oh, yeah.
They called me. I had never, what do I know? I mean, I'm like here in Chicago, I'm doing my thing. And I get this call. The manuscript is in the drawer because I had been rejected by Hay House. And I was like, my life was over. Anyway. But I remember distinctly saying to the powers that be, listen, you want this published? Somebody's going to have to call me.
No.
Honest to God, this is so funny. Then a year and a half later, I get the call.
Well, they really hear you, Linda. I feel like you got a hotline.
I know. How about it?
You're like, hey, listen,
Jane?
this is what I
know.
need. Boom. I mean, maybe a year and a half, but still, you get it.
Time.
It
What's
happens.
time?
I know.
Especially when you're dealing with eternity. I'm like, so what's a month?
Yeah. What's a year?
Right? No, it really is. Because, and that is one of the great challenges for me is how do I, as a person, integrate all this wisdom and insight, everything that's coming to me, like quickly, right? It's like, whoa. But how do I integrate it and how do I apply it? And that is, what all my other books are about.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing. This blows my mind is that I didn't know that I was a specialist. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, I've got people to say, I've got stuff to do. I'm like, don't bother me. Whatever. I'm myself, right? But I didn't know, I know, to this day, I now know many people who work in the Akashic field, right? That's fine. But they do that among other things. I'm not that person. I'm like, wait a second. I'm going to go, like I said, I'm going to go with this till it dries up and blows away. It has never happened.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
You've just gone deeper and deeper and deeper.
I've gone deeper and deeper to my own surprise, Sarah.
Yeah.
To my own surprise. Because just when I'm like, it's enough with that. I had a suit in my closet for years because I thought, well, at some point I'll go get a job. Because who can do this? And then I would, anyway, so the suit's gone and that's all right. It's a good thing. Because it turns out this is my life work.
Thank goodness.
And it has
Yeah.
everything that I always wanted.
So you were saying going deeper and deeper. Is there anything that surprises you to this day about the Akashic Records, about working in the records?
I'll tell you what's surprising. The whole experience. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a shock. It's shocking, right? What's surprising to me is that it's an infinite spiritual realm. Now, when I first heard that, this is in the 90s, I'm like, yeah, so it's an infinite spiritual realm. What could that mean? I don't think I have any idea today. Then I thought I knew. Now I'm like, what? What does it really mean that it's an infinite spiritual realm? So every word, what happened for me, there's a whole transformation that occurs for the practitioner. Okay, doing the work, because the difference between, now, you guys have heard of Edgar Cayce, right? Cayce, great guy. Mwah, we love him. Edgar popularized the word Akasha in the West, in America, in the middle, was the 50s or something like that. Okay, here was the thing. Edgar Cayce could not teach anyone else how to access the record.
Oh, interesting.
And he was also he was in a coma. He was out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He
and
was
he would
way
have
back.
some woman would be taking notes. Anyway, God love her, whoever she is. We don't even know who she is, right? I think she was his cousin or something. Anyway, whatever. But the thing was, that was the rate of change, the rate of growth within the Akashic realm from 1950 until the pathway prayer, because at that point, the Akashic field was opening up to secular people like us.
Oh.
So my first book, the orange book, you cannot believe the hate mail I got.
Really?
Oh, yeah. How dare you?
From the holy.
The holy ones. The holy ones. How dare you?
Because was it the word
It was
prayer?
so permissive. No, it was because she gave it.
It was because I was giving it away.
Yeah.
It was because I was making it
You were
public.
inviting all of us.
You were removing the gatekeepers.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
right.
my
And so it was
gosh.
like,
Yeah.
so,
Oh my
but
goodness.
do you see the growth within that field within 50 years is exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has been that way ever since, right? That what we have now is anyone who wants to, which is not as many people as I would like. But it's true. Anybody who wants to, anyone with a sincere desire to know their own soul more tomorrow than today, can through the Akashic Record. They can do that.
So for people who have never encountered their Akashic Records or have had a reading or have opened it up, what can they learn from being in their own records?
Oh my God. Okay. What they can learn about themselves, first of all, is that their life is about themselves. Okay, that's a big deal.
It is.
Especially, if you think about it, I don't know about you guys. I was raised to think my life I was here for everyone else.
Yes. Yeah.
Wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. The other thing is that the purpose, like, I know people come in like, oh, they want to know their soul's purpose. I'm like, oh, honey, I wish you only had one. I've only met like 4 people who have one purpose, but that's fine. But most of us come with many purposes.
Yeah.
But the ultimate purpose for everyone is, how do I love myself?
Oh.
Now, even though I'm myself, even though I'm not perfect, even though I just made a mistake, even though, whatever. And that is, to me, that is revolutionary.
Totally.
Right? Because of everything, just because of it. So that's what they can. So what they can learn is who they are really, what they can reasonably expect of themselves. Okay, because one of the things that happens when we work in the Akashic realm is we get a chance to look at our expectations.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first expectation, I had expectations of the record.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to hear symbols. I don't know what I thought. The host of angels was going to meet me. I got in there. I was like, is anybody home?
Hello.
Exactly. Exactly. It blew my mind that it was quiet and that what it was a space within which it was easier for me to be honest about who I am, about what I want, about what I don't want, about my motives. That blew me away.
Yeah.
Because, and what I think the greatest thing that I've learned is that is the value of emotional safety. The more emotionally safe I experience, okay, because I've had people say, you're safe. I think, I'm like, great, I'm glad you guys feel that way. I'm not feeling that safe, but when I can experience emotional safety, it is 1,000 times easier for me to be honest about my thoughts, my feelings, and that is where the growth comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, anything else is not real growth. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not real growth. There's a requirement. And the requirement is this emotional safety. And that space can be easily accessed through the Akashic realm. I also have, this is so funny. I had this friend who used to say to me, oh, Linda, what are you so worried about? Because I'm kind of a worrier anyway. But she would say to me, we know the answers are all within you. And my question to her, and I was like, okay, great. My question was, if the answers are within me, how come I can't get to them?
Yeah.
Right?
Because,
Yeah.
right? I mean, because it was like, it was like I needed a jackhammer to break through the layers and the layers of everything from denial and deception and
Yes.
all kinds of self-crazy, self-doubt, self-will of every kind, self-seeking. Ugh, gross. It
right,
goes on
really.
and on and on.
Yeah.
But what I found is that by saying the prayer, a spiritual means to a spiritual end. Okay, that's what the prayer is. That what happens is that opens up within me and I can go in there.
Everything you say just makes me feel so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the place of non-judgment.
Non-judgment.
Yeah.
That's right.
And to know ourselves in the eyes of the record, that's part of the prayer. And just like feeling into that,
Yes.
it is kind of everything. That's the whole thing.
It is. It is. Yeah.
It's so sweet. So Linda, if I can just share with you, when I first read the book, I found it, like these kinds of books, and I have a million of them, the like how to whatever book, and it's a spiritual yay. And I literally was in a crystal store expecting to buy crystals, and your book smashed me.
How about it?
How?
Is it the funniest thing? It happens all the time.
Yeah, just chased me around. I was like, okay, get in my basket, calm down.
Okay.
And then every time I read it, I would go like, I would have like full body chills. And then I love your writing. I love how your invitation, the way you invite us is so fun and delightful. And it's you. Now that I've met you, I'm like, oh, it's you. It's like your just signature charm. And I couldn't believe that I was reading this, like, again, like like you're saying, it's like, wah, wah, wah. We expect like, okay, here comes the robes and all that. And here's this adorable gal who's a mom, who's like telling the truth and bringing it down. And I was like, this is my people, first of all. And second of all, thank you. Like, and there's this one chapter you're like, and if you're still reading, I was like, yes, I'm still reading. I'm meant for this. It's meant for me. Like, there's just so much. And I've given your book to I've probably given it to 10 different people. I just keep buying an extra copy.
I think it's probably our most linked book in our show notes.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to if it was okay, I just wanted to share. I wanted to share you the way you came to me with you, because it's so charming. And now I work there, and I just find it to be exquisite. And again, like the prayer, every time people will book it, they'll book in a reading, I'll go, yay, let's do it. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you because
Thank you.
And you have a new book. You have a new book.
Oh,
I do.
Yeah. Tell us about your new book.
Yeah, a load of this. Is this the sweetest book? But what happened here was that I was going through the old book, the orange book, and I'm thinking to myself, this is pretty good, right? That's what I think. I'm like, oh, that's good. That's nice. But it's so 2009. Like, I know what year it is. I mean, it's so funny. I thought, well, you go. All right, so what happens? About a week later, I kid you not, I get an email from the publisher wanting to know, letting me know that the book, the Orange Book, has been in the top 15 of their bestsellers since 2009. I have no idea. Because I've been busy. I mean, we got countries to visit. We have people to talk to. We got things to do, folks.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, I almost had a heart attack. So what happened was the publishing of Sounds True was purchased by St. Martin's Macmillan.
mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So this book is the publisher is Macmillan. Okay. So here was the thing, just to frost my cake, they bring me the book and they say, this is really nice, blah, blah. But do you think you can add to it? I want you to know the difference. Like the first book, I had to really, every word, was like, this, I sat down, I was like, hot dog, because it had come to me the week prior.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I knew, like there are 5 areas that are really different than when this, this book the first book came out in 2009. This is 2026.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, if you have kids, and you do, the difference between a 9-year-old and a 26-year-old, lifetimes, right? And that is my journey in the Akasha. Because I'll tell you, when I first wrote the book, I thought I was done. I thought, oh, great, I'll go home, I'll have some tea, I'll put my feet up, right? Well, lo and behold, I had no idea that I had just like launched a movement.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So anyway, so that's how this book is. Basically, the core of the book is the same. But that said, there are some differences. There are some similarities. I want you to know there's 100 more pages, only because I have so much more. I'm like, blah, 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 But there's 100 more pages. But in this book, we have a, what do you call that? The glossary of all the terms. Because see, what's happened over the years is that this whole curriculum has been revealed to me. And you can get that curriculum. It's in the Heart of the Akashic Records Revealed. And okay, and I think, I don't know where it is, Amazon, my website, like that. And it's got, because teaching around the world, I have found that there's a way to do this, to deliver as much information as possible in as short a period of time. Right? So anyway, so that's what that book is, The Akashic Records Revealed. It's got all 3, but this is the gold standard. This is, if you go online, everybody's got an Akashic record book. Many of them are my old students.
I bet.
I know, which is great because whatever. I think it's very funny, but it's good because it's an idea whose time has come. It's an access.
Yeah.
It's like, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time for us to have this connection.
Yeah.
So that's the story. And then,
I can't wait to check it out.
Yes. So in your travels, check that out. Check it out. It's very good. And I love these people over at, it says revised and updated, over wherever, St. Martin's Essentials. They're in New York. Someday I'm going to go visit them when I can get off the couch. But until then, what the heck? I'm grateful they're doing their work. So anyway, yes. Does that answer your question about that?
Yeah, it's really wonderful. Like I agree. Like how you've done, I don't know how many, you can tell me how many hundreds and hundreds of times have you gone into the records, and now you've taught hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and I don't know, thousands of students. And now through the book, you've taught millions probably.
Right.
So of course the field has more to reveal to us, and there's no one better than you, my friend, I feel. So I'm just overjoyed that we get that benefit of you sitting down again. So, and I know there's a bunch of other records just for our listeners. I mean, records and books. You have multiple books on the topic, but this is exciting because you've revised the gold standard of the orange one. So that's
this
wonderful.
is, and do you know what? Because there has been so much growth within each of us. I mean, if you think of where were you in 2009? I mean, I'm like, I'm not looking back there. No, but every one of us, everybody on the path has experienced this amazing transformation.
Yes.
And that's what, we see this happening within us, around us, and even in the world.
That's right.
Even though it's really nutty out there right now.
Well, let me ask you about that. Since you have spent so much time in the records, have you
Yes.
have you seen anything? Do the records have anything to say about what we're collectively going through right now in this crazy
Yes.
world?
Of course.
Tell us.
So here's the thing. From an Akashic perspective, we have everyone wants change. I don't care if you're to the right or to the left or upside down. I don't care where you are on the spectrum. Everyone wants change. Okay. And that is a global situation. Everyone wants change. And we looked first, we thought that our religions were going to do it, and our politics were going to do it, and our economics were going to do it, and our food distribution centers. And it turns out that if there is to be change, and I believe there is, that the change must come as a result of the transformation within each person. So the more I am aware of who I am, of my soul, because we're talking about leading a soul-led life. That is the ultimate result, really, of working in the Akashic field, is that the soul takes the lead with the personality and everything else in the service of that.
Yes. Yeah.
That can only bring us the change we seek. That's the only result. Now, are we in a bumpy time? You bet. You bet. It's nuts out there. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not I'll just keep baking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, I just went today. I'm like, okay, let's try some lemon scones. I mean,
oh, heck yeah, I'm coming over.
are you oh yeah. It's so, because I'm so freaked out and I'm afraid and I'm everything. And then I go into the record, and here's what I find. I find that as Linda makes the conscious connection with her own soul, as I can stand in the truth and the light of the Akasha, I know that you, Sarah, can do that. I know that Jane can do it. I know that everyone who's listening, I know everyone has that possibility. And as that happens, we will no longer look to these calcified, really old dinosaurs of institutions. Do we love them? Yes, they got us here. I can't make myself wrong. I'm so tired of it. Oh my God, every mistake I've made, whether personal, professional, political, economic, you know what I'm saying? It's no, wait a second. Every person, including me, including us, everyone is always doing their best. What the heck does that mean? I used to be like, oh yeah, you're doing your best. And your best really is garbage. I've had a lot of work to do, you guys. But that's where I was. I was like, oh, great, ho, ho. But see, what I have learned is that there is not one person on the planet, well, there might be one, who woke up this morning and said, no one got up this morning and said, today's the day I ruin everything for everyone. Did you ever think that? I used to think my mother did that to us as kids. She would be like, wah, wah, wah. And she didn't. No. My mother never did that, and your mother, and whatever. But there is not one person that even if someone comes along and they punch me in the nose, they do that because somewhere inside of them, they believe. They know. Belief is cheap, I think. I think knowing is where it's at. But it's they know that they know they're in the right. They know there's a good reason for it. No one just punches me for the heck of it. What's that? Please. No one has, well, especially when you're my age. It's forget it. But seriously, it's wait a second. Anything that happens is a way for me to awaken to the goodness within myself,
Yeah.
goodness within others. It's like, wait a second, no one has ever intentionally done anything to destroy themselves or others unless they thought that it was a good idea.
Yeah. Right.
Which completely blew my mind.
Yeah, that is mind blowing.
It's a good note. It's a real good
I
note.
know, like,
Well,
but it's true. It's true, and it's
true.
good. It's really good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's true. And oh, Sarah, I'm so sad. I know we need to start closing down. Do you have one more question? I know we had so many questions today, but do you have one more that you, or I could toss to you, Linda? Is there anything that you feel like? So our listeners are, of course, very intuitive. They're mediums. A lot of them are intrigued and either have participate in or already give readings. But is there anything you think our audience just needs to know about this realm or about?
Well, first of all, you guys are great. You're really great.
Thanks.
I'm like, oh my God. I can't believe you're out there. Yay, you go. I mean, really, it's wonderful. But I know that you're listening. What the two of you have is an amazing relationship with your audience. No. This is not and I know to you, you're like, oh, isn't this fun? Isn't this? It is fun. It is fun. It is cool. It is great. And the connection that you have with your listeners is so profound, and it's really precious. It's like close to the heart. Yeah. And so I just, I know that the people who are listening, the people who are with you, I just really want to acknowledge them, because I know the kind of courage it takes to even listen in. And your people are listening and they're with you. And I just really want to acknowledge them for recognizing that somewhere deep inside, they have the gift of courage. Right? They do. And so do you too. And so thank you. Thank you so much. It just is wonderful to be here.
Oh,
And, I
thank
could
you,
talk for
Linda.
days.
We can talk to you for eons. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. My husband's from Chicago. And so just listening to your accent just delights me. I'm just like,
What accent?
oh, I mean, I don't hear anything.
No,
but-
I know. I'm kidding. It's all right. It's all right.
No, it's so sweet. Well, yeah, like we said, we're just so grateful to you for the work you do and how that you've followed your soul's path and continue to let it be revealed to you through the records and other ways. But you're a gift to all of us, and we're so grateful to get the chance to share you with our listeners. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very Soul is our sponsor for Medium Curious. Jane and I are both Very Soul mediums.
Oh, yes, we are. verysoul.com, y'all. Inspired by spirit, guided by love, and brought to life by mediums.